Hey guys, hope you're having a brilliant day. Hope everything is well. Welcome to the Young Trade King weekly recap. And I just wanted to go through these two particular trades which I took last week in regards to GBPUSD and GBPJPY. I took both shorts on a pair, and the reason I'm going to go through the reasons and the confluences why I actually genuinely took the trade in the first place. And I want to go through the reasons why straight away. As you can see, order flow on this particular pair is bearish. And the reason why I'd say that is because, as you can see, price managed to create a lower low, and the price managed to create a lower high, then managed to create a lower low. What I'm expecting for price was the fact that it will complete a new low. And the points of liquidity which I was aiming for on GU was this liquidity point of this significant level, this monthly low of, I think February, it might be February or March anyway, of 1.2100. So let me mark this little level out. 1.2109, 0.21. So price would have been my initial target, was a stop start pending below the significant key level where liquidity is. So that's where my initial target was in price. As you knew, we were getting higher, lower. We'll mention in the lower highs and lower lows of price. Price managed to create a bit of a bullish month, and then price managed to sell off. But before the move even happened, I marked out the monthly opener price of 1.29650, 1.26950, sorry, 1.26995. So this is a very, very nice pivot zone for price. So if I mark out the monthly open, price uses as a key pivot zone. Price found support, broke below, retested it, and then I was expecting potential shorts to the downside. On a weekly now, what I was looking for in price is the fact that, as you can see, that the lower, you can see the structure of price is a lot more clear once again with the lower highs and lower lows. Well, price managed to create a new lower low. Price managed to create accumulation of price, where price managed to accumulate right before the expansion to the downside. I was looking for price to get below the monthly open. As we were below the monthly open, below the 1.26950 region, I was expecting, for example, significant key levels to be raided, and I managed to go down to the daily, where my initial trade was actually taken. Was the fact that, first and foremost, we managed to create the same pattern on a regular basis where we broke a structure to the downside. We raided this liquidity low of 1.25060. Price managed to raid that significant low, then it managed to close below. And then the last bullish candle, which pushed price lower, price dipped back into it, managed to reject. This is my actual entry point. My confirmed level for me was the fact that when price managed to close below this liquidity low, where we had a new confirmed lower low in the structure of 1.24400 level, and as you can see, price is very, very bearish. If I use this particular channel to delineate the lower highs and lower lows of price, we managed to break MS to the downside, where we have a closed candle below the significant liquidity low of 1.244, and this was the last bullish candle to push price lower. I marked out the daily block of price, where price managed to break below the significant, where price managed to push over. This is the last bullish candle to push price lower, came into a key daily supply zone, came into EQ of that specific block. I refined price down to the 4-hour level, where this is the last bullish candle which pushed price lower. I marked out this significant level, and here was my entry. So at the time, I literally just put my stop above. It's about 35 stop, and there's about 120 pips. I managed to take profit. I should have probably held the trade, but this was the level which I didn't really like. And Boris Johnson's announcement of Prime Minister during the time, I still remember, was pushing price up a little bit. And I put my stops to break even after around 40 pips. But my initial target, actually, if I had to look down, was on a daily, on a monthly, was this liquidity low of price. And the next level of price is these equal lows towards the downside where liquidity is. So let me zoom in. This is where the next level of price, which I should be expecting for stops to be raided. That's going to be the next target for GU, where we're going to look at the lows of 2016, where we can look at 1.19600 level. And those are the price levels which I'm gunning for GU. On a H4, another level where I managed to compound another position was after we broke in structure to the downside, after price found support on the H4, we broke MS to the downside. We managed to break MS to the downside, come into this block. This was a bit more of a cheeky trade where I just managed to put my stop above, take a quick bit of R on that one, and I didn't want price to find key support of this significant OB on hourly, so I was hoping price will not be able to retrace. So I put my stops to break even and aggressively took profit whilst holding my big position. Here's the here's the hourly block where I didn't want price to find support, and it did. So I didn't like the fact it reacted and pull back up, and that's why I managed to pull a bit of profit from the market. So I managed to take about a good 120 pips from entry, and I gave that as a signal to the group. So congratulations to everyone that caught it. But now we saw a very, very aggressive sell-off. If I did hold a position, this is why psychology is key. If I did hold a position, I'd be looking at a good 400 pips with, that would have been a nice 10R trade. But like I said, your psychology doesn't allow you to do so, hence why I have a systematic plan whenever I enter these type of trades. And I want to go into GBPJPY. My initial target anyway was this liquidity low that was created in January anyway. So this significant key low of 131,170. 131,170. Okay. This is where the stops are resting, where the liquidity is. So those are the type of levels which I'm expecting price to head towards. I marked out the monthly open of price, which was 137,374, 37,374. So price managed to find support. This is what I'm talking about. The monthly open always acting as a very, very nice pivot zone. And what I mean by that is the fact that price found support, broke above, found support, dipped in again, broke support, found support, broke below, retested, sold off. So what I was also looking at was the fact that we can look for particular shorts because we have a new confirmed lower low, and then we'll pull back for a very, very minor lower high. Then I expected the next lower low to occur towards liquidity. On top of that, I was looking for further shorts because, as you can see, order flow is still very, very bearish on a weekly, where price is still creating new lower lows. And then we have a bit of an accumulation in this weekly period, these 2 bullish weeks. And then we had another accumulation to the downside. I was expecting every single time when price is in a bit of an accumulation, I was expecting an expansion towards the flow of price. So as price managed to dip into its particular zones, I was expecting as soon as price broke MS below this liquidity low, this level over here, this is the last bullish candle which pushed price lower. So we managed to have a break in MS as we closed below the 13508 region. And this is the last bullish candle which pushed price lower. I wanted price to come into this price zone. So I literally marked out in the group that I wanted 13500 to get touched. The reason why 1350 is because there's a very, very key support zone as well as being a daily bearish order block with an up candle prior to a down move. So if I mark this zone price out, we managed to create a swing high fractal where price raided this significant daily high of 135,282. So we had a swing high fractal. So price managed to push to that significant level. And here's the liquidity low. So the liquidity low on a weekly of 1.33850 was the target. I went to the H4 to give myself a significant entry. Here's the 4-hour block that I got tagged in for price, as well as using the H1 for potential re-entries. This is how you be able to backtest, guys, by the way. Right forward, the price accumulation on an hourly, break structure to the downside, stop above, couple pips above. even for example, these type of trades in particular, you can catch like 150 pips, and then you can catch a nice 5 to 7R off that particular trade, whilst having the ultimate position running. So this was about 40 stop, and this was about 4R in particular. We could have probably held for lower targets in price, where you catch 400 pips and had a beautiful 10R. But sometimes you just want to trade your system and your and your effective planning, just so that you can be able to obtain the gains that you require and you want from the market. And there was a quick one, guys, for you lot. And I want to show you the GBPJPY previous shorts. Here was the trade idea, actually, where price managed to find break structure to the downside, retested a block, raided the liquidity highs, disrated that significant low, had a bit of an accumulation, broke to the downside. This is the key support zone as expecting price to come in towards, coming to EQ of the block around the 135,600 region. So last bullish candle pushed price lower, liquidity low pending before this level. And then we managed to see the aggression of price. And we managed to see the result, and voila, you can see price dipped into that significant level just as we said, and then hit points to target to perfection. So sometimes you just got to know the fact that this is part of the price. So it's good to know the fact that you can see that price has reacted aggressively off that specific zone. I hope you guys have had a brilliant trading week. Hope you guys think things are going fantastically well. I hope you guys enjoyed this little quick episode of GU and GJ shorts, and I hope you guys had a brilliant week in the market. And nothing but love as always.